In this slide, we will be factoring this polynomial completely. The first thing you should do is look for a common factor. Each of these terms has a factor of x available in it to factor out. So go ahead and start with that. Now you're left with something that is quadratic in form. And this is a trinomial, so you can use your normal trinomial factoring method, however that works for you. But you'll see what ends up happening is you'll be left with these two factors. 5x and x will start, and then we'll have a minus 5 times a positive 7 to give the negative 35. And each of these get a square. And that's it. That is all of the factoring for this particular polynomial. From here, if you're asked to find the zeros, then you can set each of these factors equal to 0 and solve for x. For example, this first one is pretty simple. It is just x equals 0. And then these other two factors you can solve by using the square root property. And what that looks like is, if you take the 5x squared plus 7 equal to 0, you can isolate what is being squared. So that would be 5x squared equaling negative 7, subtracting 7 from both sides. Then you can divide by 5 and be left with x squared equaling negative 7 over 5. And from there, you can take the square root of both sides, putting a plus or minus in front of the number to cancel out the x squared. And while we're at it, we'll just simplify this radical as best we need. You can't take the square root of 7 or 5, but the negative can come out as an I. So this would be plus or minus I root 7 over 5. And then you can do something similar for this other factor here and get x equals plus or minus radical 5.